A woman charged with 2 counts of attempted capital murder of a peace officer has attended a hearing in a Wood County courtroom. 38-year-old Stephanie O'Connor Bathe was arrested in connection with the shooting of a Wood County deputy and a Texas DPS trooper in February. KLTV7's Emma Burns brings us more tonight from the courtroom.
It happened February 14th on FM 2966 in Wood County during an attempted arrest that turned into a deadly shooting. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Stephanie O'Connor Bathe is charged with 2 counts of attempted capital murder of a peace officer. Investigators say the charges stem from what happened when a Wood County deputy and a Texas Department of Public Safety trooper tried to arrest Cody Joe Henderson, O'Connor Bathe's boyfriend. The sheriff's office says Henderson was wanted on 6 felony warrants and that they had been trying to find him for days. During those efforts, investigators say O'Connor Bathe told deputies Henderson was not at the home and claimed she didn't know where he was. The affidavit shows on February 14th, O'Connor Bathe climbed into the home through a window, unlocked the front door, and allowed the deputy and trooper inside, telling them, quote, "It's just me. I promise you." According to the affidavit, Henderson, who had been hiding inside, immediately opened fire, shooting both the deputy and the trooper. After the shooting, Henderson barricaded himself inside. He later shot at law enforcement, who breached the house. Henderson was shot by officers and later died at a hospital. Investigators say O'Connor Bathe knew Henderson was inside and armed, but did not warn officers. The affidavit includes text messages sent shortly before the shooting. They say the messages show she knew he was hiding in a bathroom with a gun. Emma Burns, KLTV 7 News.
Now, Wood County investigators also say she bought the handgun used in the shooting and knew Henderson, a convicted felon, had access to it. If she's convicted, she could get 25 years to life in prison. Now, she's due back in court in October.